And of course, the other thing we have to talk about today, it was the game. I mean, believe it or not, it wasn't the most important yesterday because with all the things that happened related to Kylian Mbappe, he was completely shadowed, right, by the thing, right? So the game, it wasn't again the most interesting thing last night. And but believe it or not, if you remember, we are already qualified for the next round, which is great because we only needed 1 point, right? And we got it by the end of the game. Rudiger almost killed himself, right? Well, not himself because he was the goalkeeper, but with that headed man, the way he headed the ball, I mean, it was just nuts. And I tweeted, I mean, not many people out there are really aware of all the things these guys lay on the table when it comes to winning, right? They don't care about anything. When they jump to head the ball, it's like they don't think in anything else, right? They don't care about the goalkeeper coming in with the fist together to push them or punch him or whatever. They don't care about it. And that's why it happened that Rudiger got the nose completely broken. I mean, this kind of things happen. And it's not only it wasn't with the fist, it was actually with the shoulder of the goalkeeper. But the funny thing is, when he falls down, he hits his face against the grass. And that surface is really hard. I mean, it's hard enough to break your nose, your neck, or whatever. So the guy, to me, it's like a very brave guy. And he really deserves a lot of credit, right? So shout out to Rudiger, man, because that goal is not only the goal that got us 1 point in the qualification, right? It was a goal that has triple the value, right? Because he risked his own life. I mean, it's funny, but it's not that funny because if you see the way he falls, it's like, man, this guy might. I mean, when I saw the guy jumping into the air, right? The first thing that came to my mind, it was, this guy is gonna fall in a very bad way and he might kill himself. And he was close. I mean, it was close. So I mean, when I see all the blood, dropping down and all around the face, it was like, oh my god, this is so bad. This is really bad. But it finally happened. I mean, he scored, which is good for Real Madrid, and now we are qualified. But of course, it's not the best news. I mean, not the best news. It's not. It wasn't a great game. I mean, to be honest, I didn't like the game. And the problem with this is, it is not the first time, right? The last 3-4 games, we've been playing in such a way that you really never know what is going to happen. I mean, Real Madrid is not controlling nor even dominating the games until the second 45 minutes, right? And if we are not dominating the thing, even in the second 45 minutes, we are all the time relying upon one goal from Vinicius Jr. or Benzema or one of these guys that in just one play, they can change the whole thing, right? And that is not good for Real Madrid because not all the teams are going to be Shaktar or Celtic de Glasgow, no. Or Osasuna or Mallorca, no. I mean, as of now, as of the next round, we are going to come across teams like Chelsea, Manchester City, Bayern de Munich. I mean, teams that are going to put you on a test, a very difficult test. It is not enough to say, okay, we're going to play, let's see what happens, and then in the last 10 minutes, we are going to score one goal, and that's it. No. Those guys, man, those teams are a completely different story, are different animals, right? They are very competitive, and they have weapons enough to kick you out of the competition. So we should be aware of that, and we should improve a little bit more, significantly more, because what I've been noticing is we are not controlling at all the games, and that scares me. That scares me because not all the teams are going to be, like I said, Shaktar or teams like that, right? I mean, I get it. I mean, I acknowledge the fact Real Madrid is Carlo Ancelotti in this case is rotating a lot of players because this weird season, right, with the World Cup in December and all this international break in June, September, and then November, and before the World Cup. And I really understand why he's doing that, to dosify the players a little bit and do not burn them out, right? But man, I don't think they're feeling comfortable, right? Because they play, it's one game in, one game out. So they don't really feel comfortable. They don't really feel the confidence enough to play together, so they know each other, right? And they start to mechanize and automate different mechanisms to play together, right? Because when you automatize the whole process between the players that are playing all the time, right, weekend in, weekend out, everything is easier, right? But when you are rotating and changing players all the time, they don't know each other enough to develop all these mechanisms, all these automatisms that are important in football, right? Because to me, the secret of success of Real Madrid last year, it was that the players already know each other and they have a lot of automations, they have a lot of automatisms, whatever you want to call it, to play together and get the things done and really quick, right? And it really doesn't matter who you are playing against because you already know each other. I mean, the players know each other very good, and it really doesn't matter who you have to play against. It really doesn't matter because you've been playing together for quite a while, about 6 years, right? I mean, Modric, I mean, the foundation, the spine of Real Madrid, the most important thing, the core of Real Madrid, Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Karim Benzema, they're still there, and they know each other. And these guys, these three only guys, can dominate the whole thing. In Casemiro last year as well. So with only these three guys, we can dominate the whole spectrum, right? But if you don't have them together, I mean, we had them together on the field, but for example, Benzema, I mean, I was talking about this with Jose Felix Diaz the other day, and he would tell me, like, this season is not the same season for Karim Benzema because the way he started, right? He had more vacation. He hasn't been working or with the same load work that other players. So he's kind of a little bit behind everybody. And then the injury, right? Like 1 month ago. So it's been a kind of, weird season for him with a weird beginning. And that's why he's not scoring. You can see him like more kind of lost, right, on the field. He's not able to associate in the way he used to. And right now, to me, the most dangerous player right now in Real Madrid is just Vinicius. Vinicius, Rodrigo a little bit. And then we saw Eden Hazard last night. Like, man, after 4 or 5 games without playing at all, Eden Hazard in the starting 11, it's weird. And you saw it. I mean, I saw it. They were kind of bothering each other in the attack, in the attack line. The players, Rodrigo, Benzema, Hazard, and also Fede Valverde, they were like bothering each other. They don't even know where to place themselves, to find each other, to associate in a smarter way, right? So to me, it was great. It was a very, very tough game for us. And the bad thing is, it is not the first time. I have seen this over the last 3-4 games. Even 5 games. We're not playing okay, and to me, as soon as we move forward to the next round, we are going to find more problems on the way. So that is something that is an aspect we have to improve significantly if we want to keep moving forward and passing through the next rounds and eliminatories and all the stuff, because as of now we are going to find a lot of very difficult teams, and man, we got to be careful because we are the defenders of the title. And I think that we have ammunition enough to re-win the title, but we still have to improve significantly the way we were playing. right? Otherwise, it's gonna be very, very tough and very, very difficult. But it is what it is, man. Let's see what happens. And I think that Carlo Ancelotti keeps all these things in mind. But it's not easy. I mean, it's something that, you know, Camavinga is not still there, right? Tchouaméni, it's kind of like consolidating himself, but he has a big responsibility for him to be, I mean, at the first year, right? And he has to replace Casemiro, and that's not easy. I mean, he's doing a great job, but he's not still there. And then Toni Kroos and Luka Modric, they have to dosify, they have to rest a little bit more, and the defense line is not as solid as it used to be. And yeah, we have to, of course, in the attack line, we are kind of, you know, going up and down with Vinicius Jr. doing a great job. On the other hand, you have to Benzema kind of, you know, stumbling a little bit. So Rodrigo is reaching that point where he is becoming more important, but he's not still there. So I don't know, man. We still have a lot of question marks in the air, and let's see how we do it over the next games, and see how this month of October is going down, because it's got to be really tough. So that's it, and that is my analysis on the game, guys. And of course, I will keep you posted in the Mbappe thing, okay, about the Mbappe thing. So yeah, now drop your comments in the section below, and of course, subscribe my channel, Real Madrid Hub.